Welcome, everyone. I'm Sue Barber, author, former IT director for a Fortune 500 company, turned executive coach, and this is the Visibility Factor podcast, where we explore how to raise your visibility and play bigger at work and in life. We'll explore key topics and welcome guests that help you shift your thinking about yourself so you can see new possibilities for your leadership. I'm on a mission to create a visibility movement for leaders to show their value and be seen for their true talent. Are you ready to take the next step towards a higher level of visibility for yourself? Let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Visibility Factor podcast. This is Sue Barber, your host. I am so excited today to bring you my guest, Amy Henningfield, who is the Director of Workforce Development for Superior Construction. And I have done some work with her teams in the past, and she is amazing. And I'm excited for her to share her story around visibility, leadership, and what she's doing at her company to make a difference. Welcome to the show, Amy.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
So I'd love to have you do a little bit more of a background on you and how you came into this world of the construction industry and your role where you got to now.
Sure. So first I will tell you, I didn't choose construction, right? Nobody ever chooses construction back in the 90s, but I kind of just entered into the industry. I was a single mom. I was looking for some stability, some opportunity. And to be quite frank with you, it was just a job. But somewhere along the way, it just became more than that. And I fell in love with the industry and with construction and with the people. And I think that it's a really great opportunity for women to be in the construction industry. Fast forward, I came here in 2011 at Superior. I started as a clerk out at BP and Whiting, transitioned into the office. The company supported me in going back to get my education. I got my bachelor's, my MBA. Now I'm the Director of Workforce Development, and I'm kind of shocked I get paid to do what I do, but I go to high schools and I go try to get young people interested in the construction industry, try to get more females interested in the construction industry. It's just really been an amazing journey for me, and met some really amazing people along the way and some fabulous women that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for their support, including yourself and your coaching that you've done with me. So that's me in a nutshell. Mom of two, grandmother of two. I have a young granddaughter and two daughters, and I just want to make sure the industry is accepting and changes for them.
Love that. Well, you are definitely passionate about everything that you're doing, and I recognized it in the first few sessions that we even had as conversations around what you wanted to do. Let's talk about your industry first of all, because it is definitely male dominated traditionally, right? But that is changing now, and you and your company and your partnership companies in the areas that you work in are doing things to make a difference there. So talk about what that experience has been like for you and maybe for some of the women that you work with.
Sure. Definitely predominantly male. There's been numerous times where I've kind of walked into a room and questioned, do I really belong here? I think that, people just assume when women walk into the room that they're the note taker, they're the coffee fetcher. And I think, I often worried when I would walk into a room that I was too much. I can be too outspoken. I can be very emotional, but I'm pretty ambitious. And I think that, a lot of women understand that feeling. And I think that as a strong leader, I'm trying to lead like everyone else and trying to prove my path, and I can be vulnerable at times and I can make connections with people, but I've been fortunate enough to have leaders here at Superior who have supported me. They've empowered me, and we've created a whole entire SWIC program around that about females and just feeling visible and getting them some interaction with C-suite owners and leadership, and trying to help coach them so that they feel more confident when they walk into the room. We just want to create visibility for them. And so I've been fortunate in this male dominated field. I haven't had a lot of negative interaction. Surprisingly, most people find this to be a surprising statement, but there's so many men in this industry that are so supportive, but not all females have had my experience. And so we just want to make sure that we're there for them And that's what we're trying to do here at Superior. And it's an amazing company.
Yeah, I mean, your culture in general, you're really trying to build something that is, I'll say, kind of gold status here of what it could look like for women. Can you talk about the SWIC program? And so it's Superior Women in Construction. Can you talk a little bit about how that idea came to light and when you created it, what it was like for you guys to go through that?
Absolutely. I could talk about SWIC all day. It's one of the things that I'm very proud of that the company has created for the women in our company at Superior. I think it just started as an initiative. We had a CFO come here, Scott Witt, and he had some conversations with Jessica Paskey, who is my partner in crime, as the director of organizational development. And we just wanted to create a space where women feel seen, they feel heard, they feel supported. And I think it just started out as something small and has grown into, we're in our third cohort now. The first year we had, I love telling people this, 100% of the people that participated in that first program were elevated to another position. They were promoted. And I say it again, 100%. Second year, we had more women, a little bit of a diverse group between field representation and professional side. And this year it's 90% field because we felt there are some amazing women that maybe just need some exposure to coaching and visibility and building their confidence, right? We don't grow when we're isolated. Some people do, but some people need to be surrounded and reminded how amazing they are. And this program has really exposed females to people in the organization maybe they wouldn't have exposure to otherwise. And we've paired them with mentors, with owners, CFOs, presidents, to a laborer, a carpenter, a project manager. So it's really been amazing to watch. It's grown and the women are just so supportive and they feel so confident when they graduate. It's been an amazing journey.
And as an observer and partially a participant in helping you guys get there, I just have seen so many growth opportunities that you've taken advantage of. I think, when we talked about visibility and the opportunities that you had and many of the people in the group, I think you all really embraced that. And that isn't what everybody does, right? They're afraid. There's some fears. There's a lot of those things that happen. But I have watched you guys do some things that are incredible. You getting up on stage and speaking, and people in the other parts of the organization are speaking now too. And just the things that you're doing that are innovative, right? Even including the field and how you're going to start doing more of that. You're really open to new ideas, and it's fun to watch as an observer, but it's fun to see what you guys are doing for the industry.
Well, thank you. And I think you've been a huge part of that. I can remember when we first met and we were talking and we were working on our I am statements and being visible. And you just kept telling me, push harder, big picture. And you helped me really. I'm in the role now that I envisioned almost 4 years ago. So I think you were really, you didn't know it then and neither did I, but you really pushed me to explore this opportunity that I've been so graciously provided by our company. And so you were a
Yeah.
huge part of that. So thank you.
Well, you are entirely welcome. I remember that conversation because we couldn't stop talking about new ideas.
I know. I felt so bad because I felt like I took so much of your time.
Oh my gosh,
We just kept chatting.
it was so
Yes.
fun. Just the possibilities, so many possibilities for you. And I just was so excited
Well,
to see
thank you.
you
Thank you.
take that and run with it. So thinking about yourself as a leader, right? Because you came in without the education and then you were lucky enough to be able to take all of that and run with it and get the education that you needed. And then that has transitioned into this role of director now. That can be a big transition for people, I think, when they're coming up through an organization and they change and grow along the way. How has that been for you to be a leader now?
So it was foreign for me. It was uncomfortable. I think, I didn't see myself as a leader until other people started seeing me as a leader, if that makes sense. I think I
Mhm.
needed others to identify me as a leader before I saw it in myself. And I don't think leadership is title driven. I don't think that leadership has to have all the answers. I just think that for me, being viewed as a leader, I'm more confident in my voice now, and I'm more comfortable helping people, and I'm more comfortable walking into a room. And I think that shows to others that I genuinely care about them and their growth. I think their struggles and different opportunities that we can offer to them and really just help them build their confidence. I will stop and recall how I felt back then and kind of reposition myself and put myself in their shoes and say, how did I feel when this happened? I need to help them. I need to support them. And I think I'm pretty authentic. What you see is what you get. So I think, I'm a human. I stumble, I fall, but just showing myself grace has helped me be a better leader to others, I think. So it's been a journey. It's something that I'm a little more comfortable with now than I was several years ago. But, I think leadership, whether it's title or not, it's just how you treat people and how you support them and help them become visible to other leaders in the company.
Yeah, and I think you're just setting such an example, for other women to follow who may not have seen that, right? They may not have seen a role model, especially in this industry and or, in your company at that point when they first started. And now you're showing them, the new possibilities for what they could have too. How does that feel for you to be a role model?
It can be scary, if I could say. I have this saying, and if you know me, which you do, I say it a gazillion times a day. You can't be what you don't see. I say it all the time. I swear sometimes people get tired of hearing me say it, but I think it just goes back to visibility. And I think, I think a huge part of what I'm doing now in workforce and as a woman in the company is just trying to help people see themselves. Young people cannot sometimes see themselves in that. And I think that, leadership, we have to reach out not only to these young kids and get them involved and help them become visible, but it starts at home too. And we have to get their parents to see the potential. And so I think, there's a lot of outdated perceptions sometimes about construction and women being visible in this industry. I think it's huge. And I think that as a leader, sometimes you have to walk into a room, you have to throw around your title to make them respect you because they still think you're the lady touching the coffee. But I think it's just, we got to focus on exposure and connection for these young people. And we got to partner with schools and parents and create some mentorship opportunities for them. And so again, you can't be what you don't see. It's a lot of weight on you sometimes, but I'm proud to walk into a room and find that female that's kind of standing off to the side and just bring her into the conversation because maybe she doesn't have the confidence to do that. So that took me a while to be more confident to do that, but that's my responsibility now. I want that for women. I put that weight on myself to say, find the female in the room that needs support and bring her up and bring her into a conversation. So I hope others will
Yeah.
follow that path and do the same.
Yeah. Well, I know we talked about how to get out into the community more. Can you talk about what you're hearing from people in the community? What has their feedback been when you talk to them about what's possible?
I think at first it's almost disbelief, especially because I'm showing my age in the industry. I've been in the industry for 32 years. You either went to college and got an education, or the opposite was you were going into construction. And that wasn't always viewed as a positive career. And I think that when we go in and we talk to these students, first and foremost, if you don't have a female with your company talking to these students, the girls are not going to come up to you and talk to you. So by having someone there visible, explaining to them that college is a great path for them, but if there's another pathway, we would love to have them in the construction industry. What does that look like? No college debt. They have 401k. They have health coverage. And it's not unusual for them as apprentices to be making $60,000 to $70,000 a year. And by the time they graduate out of their apprenticeship program, they're pushing $100,000 a year. No college debt. I think it's just the conversations need to be had that construction is a viable career, whether it be on the professional side, accounting, marketing, law, estimating, project management, or on the boots on the ground side, operators, laborers, ironworkers. It's a great career. It's an amazing family. I wouldn't trade it. I fell into this career. I'm so happy that I did, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Those are some of the most supportive people in construction.
And let's talk about some of the partnerships and stuff that you have built throughout the industry where your locations are. You're doing some things to really bring people together intentionally. Can we just talk about that? Because I think that's an opportunity for your industry, of course, but also for other industries to take advantage of.
Sure. I'm part of numerous organizations. Thankfully, the company here at Superior has empowered me to represent Superior on certain boards. So I belong to Construction Advancement Foundation here in Northwest Indiana. We created a Women in Construction group. I'm also part of Indiana Constructors, ICI in Indianapolis. We created a Women in Roads group. I'm on the workforce board here in Northwest Indiana. I'm on the Northwest Indiana Influential Woman Association board. But if you notice, all of these groups are focused on females because for so long, and I'm not blaming anyone, it's just no one was intentional on creating groups that females can be a part of an organization that supports them, gives them mentors, gives them networking opportunities, and gives them other females that maybe they're not comfortable speaking to people on the job site, but they may come to one of us females in the group and say, I've experienced this, or I've had this conversation, not quite sure that it's, an acceptable conversation. So I've been very proud and blessed to be able to be part of these groups. And we're going into schools. We're going in grade schools now, elementary schools. You have to start them young, middle schools, high schools, colleges, trying to just get young ladies to envision construction as a female, that they belong there, that this is an industry that welcomes them. And we want them. Frankly, I love nothing more walking out on a job site and seeing a female project manager. I go right up to her and speak to her and just engage with her because that's what we do. And we need to
Mhm.
keep doing that. And more organizations need to create resource groups, pilot programs, or whatever they so choose. Reach out to us, Superior Women in Construction. We would love to help you. Just, it's just you have to create those environments for women to feel safe, seen, visible, empowered, and supported.
Mhm. Yeah. If you think back to when you first joined the company, how can you see things differently now? Because at that point in time, there may not have been a ton of women in leadership at that point.
There were not. When I started here, there were not many. I don't know if there were any in a leadership role. And fast forward, I've been here 15 years at Superior, and we have a director of HR, we have a director of organizational development, director of workforce development. They're all females. It's just we have a Charisse who is part of our risk group. She's a leader, all females, and there were none in any of those roles that I saw when I first started here. I think that's a testament to our ownership. They see it. They see that women are, multitaskers. We run households and we work and, we pay the bills, many of us, and we're raising our families. And so we're multitasking constantly. And I think that is a testament to what we do here, that they are empowering women and we're getting promoted and we're seen and we're respected. And it's not tolerated to not be seen or respected here. So that's what I think sets Superior apart is it.
Mhm.
We're not just checking the box, as some people call it, which is a pet peeve of mine. They're actually doing the work. We're doing the
Yeah.
work. We're supporting people. We're bringing in coaches. We're trying to help them, and that's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Totally agree. Yeah, it's just not true everywhere. Even in other
No.
industries, there's just not a focus on helping to support, people who are quieter, maybe not comfortable speaking up, all of those things. And I think it's really great to see what you guys are doing and creating the safe space because, as you know, you can't be visible without feeling like you have some ability to do that in a safe way. And I think that you have created that as well as the rest of the SWIC group. And it's really fun to see all of that come together and see the things that people are doing now because of that.
And I guess I'm really proud too of the SWIC group. Like I don't think any of us gave up on ourselves when we were questioning, was this going to be a success? Was this going to be a program that was respected? And I think we never gave up, even when we were doubting it. And we're now in a place where success feels, connected, more impactful than just the titles that we were given. So I don't want to get hung up on that, but it's just, I think now we're starting to help others rise, which I think is so amazing. And we're giving those young women recognition that maybe they couldn't get on their own. So it's really, it's an amazing thing to be a part of.
Well, and just back to the statistic that you said earlier, I mean, 100% of people getting promoted out of that program is pretty incredible. I mean, that's a huge testament to all of you not giving up on yourselves and putting into practice some of the things that you learned and starting to really be more visible and speak up for yourselves and advocate for what you wanted in your careers. And I think that is huge for all of you. And it's just been, like I said earlier, I can't say enough about how fun it has been to watch all of you do this. Even people that I thought, were so quiet, and they have just blossomed. So I am so proud of all of you guys. It's really been really fun. Let's talk about what success looks like for you now at this point in your career.
Well, success for me will look like when we have a female in the C-suite at Superior, top leadership. We're getting there. We're close. I think it's coming. I think that it's not for a lack of support on our ownership side. It's just where we are in our careers right now. And I think another success that I gauge it on is how many females we have working for the company. Are we moving the needle, not here just at Superior, but in the industry? I think that we have to keep educating young women that it's okay to choose this as a career. And I think when we're not facing a workforce shortage and using 50% of the population of women to fill those roles, when we don't have to keep talking about this, when we don't need to specify, hey, Amy, we have a project manager that's a female on the job site. I just want you to say you have a project manager who just happens to be female. I think that for me will be success, is when it doesn't have to be so intentional to hire females, that it's just accepted, male or female across the board. We're all working together. That's important to me. And I want to see more women in leadership roles everywhere and all industries, not just construction. I think we're getting there, and I'm proud of the work that we've done. And I look out and I'm proud of walking into a room and not being just one or two females. Now I may be 20 or 30 of females. So that's success to me.
Mm-hmm. So if you think about your career journey, right, it may not have been the journey that you thought you'd get into, but what are you most proud of?
So I guess personally, I'm most proud that I've raised two successful daughters. I have one that's a doctor in psychiatry, and I have one that stayed in the construction industry. And I'm proud that they both are strong females and they can take care of themselves. They can speak up in a room. They're very confident when they walk into the room. And professionally, I'm probably most proud of the fact that Superior has identified that workforce development is such a huge need right now in the industry, and that they came to me, asked me to be a part of this team to bring visibility to women. And I think when the conversation started of wanting to have workforce development, I was scared out of my mind. That imposter syndrome started seeping back in. But then I kind of remembered all of the education that I've had and the support and the coaching from you and Dale Beeman and Rusty Bozeman. And I just said, I can do this. I had a minor meltdown, had lunch with Dale when I was in Florida, who helped me identify that I was the right person for this role. So I'm proud that I stepped out of my comfort zone again. And it's just another example of we're never comfortable, we're never confident, but we start to build up the courage to step out of that comfort zone. And I'm proud that I've engaged and I've accepted what you all taught me, and I put it into practice. And I hope that I'm doing that for other women here at Superior and in the other organizations that I'm a part of, that I'll be proud when they say to me, hey, you helped me enter this industry, or you helped me apply for this promotion. So I'm still working on it. I have proud moments all the time.
Yeah, well, I think it's hard to pick one always, but I think
It
there's always these
is.
pivotal moments, right, that change us. And for you, I can't even imagine that you don't already have people feeling that way about you already
Well,
because
thank you.
of the things that you're doing. So I hope you just take a moment every day and just say, okay, well, that was cool. That just happened. This is cool. Because we forget and we let them go as just, oh, that's just my job. That's just what I do.
You take moments. I'm probably an amazing opportunity that I just had recently was I got to speak at Con Expo in Las Vegas, which was a huge opportunity, visibility for superior women, myself. Uh, Con Expo is every 3 years, like 150,000 people attend. It was in Las Vegas, and they had an Empower Her event for the first time. And I was honored to be chosen as the closing keynote speaker. And it was amazing just seeing those females out there. Some were boots on the ground, some were professional. There were a few men in the room. It was just so, I cannot describe the feeling of saying, I cannot believe I'm here. I cannot believe they're asking me from Indiana to speak at this event to women. But as I looked out and saw them all nodding as I was talking about some of the challenges and successes, I was very proud to be representing the company there. It was really cool.
Yeah. I think you've done such a great job of embracing the responsibility, not to put weight on your shoulders necessarily, but to know that if you're not doing it or the rest of the SWIC group is not doing these types of things, it may not happen, right? There may not be a voice in the room without the things that you're doing. So I think you've really embraced it as a challenge, something as an opportunity for each of you to do more in your career. But I think it's also just demonstrating that role models and setting examples for other people is so necessary so that they can see themselves in what you're doing.
Yes, thank you. I'm honored. I ask myself all the time, is this really my job? Is this really, is this really for real? I talked to Liz Howard, which is one of the original members, and we have created such an amazing friendship. And I say to her, like, she's so supportive of women and visibility, and she is a boots on the ground individual here, and she's trying to support on the other side. But it's like, is this really real? Are we really doing this? This just seems so easy that people should just know that this should be happening, but they really don't. And so it's our responsibility as our SWIC steering committee and the company and a female to educate people and let them know this is what you should be doing for your females. Do they
Mm-hmm.
see a career path for themselves? When they walk into your company on day one, where do they see themselves in 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, right? Is there a pathway for them? Do they see it? Because if they don't, they're not going to stay. And
Yeah,
that's very important.
100%. So, what do you want your legacy to be?
Oh, what do I want my legacy to be? Part of my presentation when I was at ConExpo was I came out in this huge vest, the safety vest that I was given when I entered the construction industry. And the sleeves were down to here and it was down to my ankles and it was huge and it was a men's 2XL. And this is what I was given. And here you go. We want you to visit a job site, but this is all we have. And so, I thought about it and I thought to myself, is this the industry that I'm entering? Fast forward to SWIC being created. Travis Browning, who is one of our safety gentlemen, amazing man, was very supportive in securing vests that fit females, safer, fit better, right? That's a safety hazard to have your sleeves hanging down. And so in my presentation, I started out wearing the vest, took it off. Later in the presentation, I put on the correct fitting vest and I said to them, this was construction meeting me where I needed to be. And I want to create an industry where my granddaughter enters this industry and never questions, is this the industry that I'm entering? Is this what it's going to be like? Are these the battles I have to continuously fight to have safe PPE to enter a job site? I want to leave the industry knowing that they're welcoming females and that no one's questioning if they belong here. That's what's important to me. I want that for all females after me. So I'm going to keep fighting the fight, and I'm going to keep bringing them up, and I'm going to keep talking to all of the people that will listen about it so that females never question whether they belong here, because they do. And so we just have to make sure they know they belong here. That's when I'll be happy.
So, what's one message that you hope women are going to take away from this conversation today that they will be inspired to think differently?
You don't need permission to take up space, and don't shrink yourself, right? You deserve to be here. You are allowed to be visible. You're allowed to be ambitious. You're allowed to kick in that door and sit down and use your voice. I think that they don't have to fit a mold of what people think females in construction should be. I think it's just, don't shrink yourself to make other people comfortable.
Love that message. I think all industries can heed that message as well. For sure in construction, but everybody.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
I love
incredible.
that.
So we're going to transition into the 4 questions that I ask every guest. So I'm excited
Okay.
to hear your answers. So the first one is, what do you think visibility is, and why did you answer that way?
So I think visibility is about feeling seen before you are fully ready, right? And I also think creating a path so that someone else can see what's possible for themselves. And I think I answered that way because I didn't see that. I didn't see a path for myself. I never want someone else to question, is there a career path for them? So I think it's just being seen and creating those paths so that they can see a path is carved out for them.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing to be visible? I know you mentioned a couple things, but what are you doing to be visible in the world?
For me, it's just podcasts, speaking at events. No, I just think letting people see me. I had to stop waiting to make sure that it was the right time in my life. And I just had to jump outside of my comfort zone. I tell people I am very extroverted and I can be a very loud person in the room, but it isn't always about being loud. It is always about being, the person that knows the most. It's just being yourself, being consistent, being authentic. I think that's important too, and willing to use your voice to help other people, not just yourself. I think that's huge too.
I think that's one of your gifts, actually. Is
Thank you.
doing that.
Yeah. It's funny because in our steering committee, like Jessica and Paskey and some of the other people, she will say that all the time. She's like, "You want the cheerleader in your room? It's Amy. Like, she will empower you. She will talk about you, right?" I'm championing for other people, and that's what I want
Yes.
people to do: is get champions that talk about them when they're not in the room in a positive way, and say, "This is the female you need to meet. You need this person in your corner." So
Yeah.
I try to do that. I sometimes falter and slip and fall, but pick myself up and remember that I, I would want someone to do that for me because I didn't have that back in the day. And I think it's important that we have champions to support other women. So that's what I want to do. Use my voice to help others.
Well, I think you're doing a great job already. So I don't know that you need to
Well,
try. I
thank you.
think you just do it naturally.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So what is leadership or career advice that you've received?
To step out of my comfort zone, even if I think I'm not ready. Stop shrinking yourself because you want to feel comfortable. I think sometimes we just have to jump. We stand on the ledge and we kind of look down, and it's a scary feeling, and we may fall, and we're going to pick ourselves up and we're going to dust ourselves off and we're going to keep moving forward. So stop shrinking for others. Stop.
Yeah. And I think it's really easy to do when people who may have stronger personalities or, may feel intimidating due to the experience level or education or whatever they may have. The tendency is to shrink. So I love that you're talking about that because I think it's important.
I do too. I agree.
Okay. What is a book you would recommend that you have read that might be helpful for people?
I just finished literally the book by Michelle Obama, Becoming. I think that one was a great book for me because she did have a lot of struggles. She had a lot of struggles as an educated minority female. And then her husband was, the first minority president. And it was a great book about struggles, finding yourself, trying to be visible, trying to step up when people were trying to beat you down. I cannot even imagine what it would be like as being the first lady at that time. And her book just really was so resonating with me. And I read it and felt so many of the things that she felt, and how she just is so empowering to young women, young girls trying to get in those schools and make them feel seen, make them feel visible and supported. And it's a great book. And I always love the Mel Robbins book. I recommend it to everyone. I have numerous shirts that say "Let Them." I think she's just, and I think she really does empower women. And I think that book is always great for women when they're struggling with wondering what people think about them and how to step out of your comfort zone, and just pep talk yourself in the mirror in the morning. And so I think that's a great book too. So
Yeah.
I would recommend two of those. Yeah,
Love both of those. Yeah, I have
I do
some
too.
extra Let Them copies here that I send to people.
Well, I always
So
have my visibility factor book back here that I've read. And I will tell you a fun fact. I am a mentor in our NIWA, which is Northwest Indiana Influential Women Association. I know it's a lot of words, so we just say NIWA. So I'm a mentor in our mentor program. And my mentee, I just bought her the Visibility Factor book
aw,
and
thank
shipped
you.
it to her office. And she's reading it now, and she loved it. And she sent me such a very heartfelt message that said, "Thank you so much for helping me feel visible. And I really appreciate you sent me this book, and I'm excited I'm reading it." And so I just think it's people like you and myself and our steering committee and our company and our industry. We have to keep letting these women know that they're supported and feel visible. So I recommend your book as well. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on this podcast. It is a great book. And
Well,
so I
thank you.
gifted it, and I think it's a testament to you trying to create visibility for other people as well.
Yeah. Well, see, you're doing it again. You're the best. I can't tell you guys who are listening, like, she's the most authentic person. She's just amazing. Every time I talk to her, very inspiring. I think, Amy, you've just got so much, momentum behind you and what you're doing. And so I'm just curious, what do you think's next for your career?
I would love nothing more than to train someone that will come in and just say, "We don't need workforce development anymore because you've done such a great job that we don't need you anymore." But I did continue my education, and now I'm in class again. I just enrolled. I'm taking some coaching classes through CTA, Coach Training Alliance, just to get my coaching certification to try to help, in addition to supporting women and making them be seen. I'm hoping that I will learn some new tools to be able to mentor people better, help with leadership, confidence, and just try to be able to coach some of these young folks that are coming into our company as interns or apprentices or new females that come into construction and they've never been in the industry. So I'm working on coaching now. And you and Dale have
Wow.
inspired me tremendously, and Rusty to just want to keep continuing to help people. So here I
Well,
am. I can't stop getting my education. They've created a monster here at Superior. I just want to learn and learn and learn to help people. So
yeah.
that's what I'm
Lo-
working on.
That's incredible. I didn't know that. So excited for
It's
you
new.
on that.
I'm in like week 5 of 6 or 8 months. So it's
Oh,
new, but I'm a little out of my comfort zone there, but I'm
yeah.
working on it.
Well, it's going to help you in so many ways that you will not even expect at this point. I didn't realize for myself how it was going to change me. I really was thinking, oh, I'll just come in and learn how to coach people. And it really changed me. I feel like I'm totally transformed from the person that I was when I went into the program. And I think you will have some of that happen for you too. So I'm excited to see that journey that you're taking right now.
Thank you. Thank you for the support. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Again, just jump, take the leap, right? It's just
Mhm.
something that I wasn't certain I wanted to do. And I just felt there was an opportunity there. I want to help people all the time. I want to empower them. And I think coaching will help me be more compassionate, understanding, patient. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited.
Excellent. Well, I'm here to help. If there's anything I can do to support you, you
Thank you.
just let me know.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
So how can people connect with you if they want to learn more about you, Superior, SWIC, anything?
So they can come to our website, which is www.superiorconstruction.com. I also have LinkedIn. So you can search for me, Amy Henningfield, on LinkedIn. I just created a website, amyhenningfield.com, with some information on there about some of the speaking engagements that I've done. I just feel increased visibility. But any of those ways, they can call our office. They can look us up online. They can go to our website. There's a section about SWIC. They can go there. They can reach out to our steering committee. We'd be more than honored to come and present at their school or their company or an event that they're having. They can go to our website and get all that information. There's many opportunities to reach out to us.
Yeah, I love that. And can you just share where your locations are so that if people are interested in connecting with anybody in person?
Sure. I'm in our Midwest business unit, which is located in Portage, Indiana. So I'm up north. And then we also have our Jacksonville Southeast business unit, and they're in Jacksonville, Florida. Those are our two main offices, and that's where I would recommend you reach out. And we do have employees on other job sites sporadically throughout Florida and Indiana, and we'll be glad to get you in touch with someone. We'll come to you. I promise you, we will support you. We will come to you. We
She
will.
is not afraid to get on a plane and come talk to
She
you.
is not. Yes. I'm in our Indianapolis location. I'm there every month. I'm in Florida every month. And our Florida folks are amazing. They're up here a lot. So we'll be happy to support in any way we can, any location. We'll come to you. I'm flying out
Yay.
next week, going to San Diego. ENR is having their groundbreaking Women in Construction event, and Jessica Paskey and I are presenting. We were asked to be speakers at the event, so I'm so pumped. And then Liz Howard is leading a lunch table discussion. So we have 3 superior women representing groundbreaking women in construction at ENR. So look for us there.
Oh my gosh. So proud
Yeah,
of you
I
guys. I
know.
really am. I can't tell you enough how amazing that you're really putting yourselves out there and being visible in so many ways. And Liz, she just makes me so happy when I hear you talk about her. Oh my
And we
gosh.
have formed such an amazing relationship. And when you first, day one, 4 years ago, when all of this started, you would never picture the two of us. And she's a great person for me to just bounce things off of, and very, very supportive of women. And she's getting involved, which, by the way, our Florida location has just created the NAWIC section in Jacksonville, and we have some representation on the board. We have Karen Kennerly, who is the secretary on there, and we've just it's huge. There was no NAWIC chapter in Florida, Jacksonville, so we were instrumental in partnering with many people and getting that up off the ground. So that look for us there too at NAWIC.
Wow. Can you share what that acronym is for?
Oh, yes. It's the National Association of Women in Construction,
Okay.
NAWIC. You think we're doing something great? NAWIC is nationwide. They're everywhere. And it's just an honor to be part of that. Many of us are part of the association, but we now have representation on the board in Jacksonville, which is amazing. It's just amazing. Jenny Furman, she's in there too. So yeah,
Yay.
look for us.
You
We're
guys are
somewhere.
amazing.
Well, so
Just
are
look
you.
for
So
them.
thank you.
Of
Thank you. It
course.
just
Oh my
seems
gosh.
like we're amazing because we surround ourselves with more amazing people, right?
Mhm.
You are a product of the people around you, and I think if you surround yourself with good, empowering women, you too are empowering, and
Yeah.
it's important to surround yourself with those kind of folks. And I have that here at
100%.
Superior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you're inspired because I think you better be after listening to this. I think it's just a testament to what you guys are doing, and I'm so thrilled for all of your success and can't wait to see what you do next. Okay, everybody. Thanks so much for joining today on the Visibility Factor podcast, and thank you, Amy, for being here.
Thank you for having me, Sue. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for listening to the Visibility Factor podcast. Remember that visibility starts with small steps that are intentional and consistent each day. Be bold, be visible, be the leader you were meant to be. Find us and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, which are highlighted in the show notes. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Visibility Factor podcast.